Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the majority of the planets on the left side of the horoscope. In other words, in houses 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. Now, people that have a preponderance or majority of planets on that side, the left side of the horoscope, are more about initiative. They're strongly about initiative, enterprise, getting things started on their own. They don't like to be dependent on others. They really emphasize self-reliance very strongly in their lives. They're not one to call people up and say, "Can you do this for me? Can you give me a ride to the store?" They really, generally speaking, they're not really so much about thinking about luck or being in the right place at the right time or knowing the right person. They feel that largely through their persistence, through their own efforts, that they can attain their goals and objectives. I had a friend who said he was basically a do-it-yourselfer. When I asked him if he needed some assistance, he was going through a homeless plight, and I would strongly believe that he probably had majority of his planets on the left side of the chart. That's kind of emblematic of as far as these people are that have this type of, I guess you could say, planetary distribution in their natal chart. Now, these people are often very self-assertive. They're willing to make their own opportunities, and at the same time, it's kind of like they take their responsibility for it, and any repercussions that they have to go through, they will deal with it, and they will pay their price accordingly without necessarily putting the blame on someone else, because they know they're the ones that they're being the initiators that they generally are. It's kind of like if they made the problem, they'll deal with it. But for example, such as making a wrong career choice. Now, this is somebody that generally won't ask another person to pick up the pieces for him or her, basically reiterating some of what I just stated before. This could be a person that's not really, they don't believe really so much in the destiny thing as much as maybe other people do. They really think that they generate it themselves. There's often a strong independent urge, and these people may like to do things, perhaps it's not so much that they're always going to maybe do things by themselves, but they feel that their efforts are largely going to get them where they want to go in life. Now, this person can be about group endeavors, don't get me wrong, but they still feel that even in a group setting that they really play an integral role in it, and they may feel, well, if this didn't go right, I mean, I'm going to take my responsibility for it. They're going to put their fair amount of effort into whatever it is they do, whether it's done by themselves or whether they do it they do certain projects with other people. But as far as where they go in life, I mean, they're really, this person is about, they feel it is more about generating their own luck as opposed to being in the right place at the right time. This person is not so much really about thinking that things are fortuitous or being right where they need to be at a certain point in time. They feel that they put themselves in certain positions by doing certain actions that create their own destiny, basically. And really, that's strongly what these people can be about. So it's really they really can have a strong aversion to being dependent on other people. And with me, if I remember correctly, I have half of my planets on the left side of my chart, and then I have the other 5 on the right side. which basically makes me somewhat that might vacillate back and forth between being self-reliant and dependent on others, and maybe it shows a balance where I feel that if it's something I can do myself, I generally will do, but at the same time, maybe I know the times when I might need the assistance from other people to get things done, and not afraid to ask at the same time. So I think I kind of got a balance as far as that goes. Now, people are really that have a majority or preponderance of the planets on the left side of the chart are just really about getting things started on their own. They generally don't need any they don't need as much incentive or a pep talk from somebody else. They just basically are going to do it through their own actions, and it can be very self-motivated. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the majority of your planets on the left side of your chart in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the majority of planets on the right side of your chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because a person, astrologically, is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.